Yeah, it's a plank. Nice. Someone's watching me. Now I can use that. That man over there could be Mantis. I'm not sure that man is friend or foe. Well, that might come in handy. Well, this'll come in handy. You know, I've always thought that wood is a key ingredient to start... Yep, it's an old shed, all right.
Why does this have to be so heavy?
Ding, 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 ding! We have a winner! I'm experiencing a sensation altogether new to me, and frankly,
Looks like the shed Grandpa Murphy used to keep his moonshine business in. It's a card reader. I'll need to find the card before I can get inside. This card could be used to get in the front door. Margaret Leonard sent me.
Liar! Liar!
You know, you seem like you could use a great big hug.
Ah! Friend! Slave! Killer!
I'm sorry. Is there something I can do to help you? A glass of water? A donut?
Get it out of my head!
Tell you what, I'm gonna come back later with some hot cocoa and an elephant tranquilizer.
Help me! Slave! Die! Die!
Kids, they never shut the door when they go out to play. That must be Mantis, and my guess is Margaret Leonard left some medication to control his affliction somewhere in the swamp house. I never cared for pliers. Got lots of bad dental memories. It's an empty vial. This key belongs to an Ultra Pro 900 lock. Grapple arm? I've always wanted one of these. They're good for reaching items just out of my grasp or in a dangerous situation. Well, I know tongs are great for pulling my chestnuts out of the fire. What's a pot? For planting seeds. Yep, it's an old shed, all right. Is this? It is. It's actual moonshine.
I know what you're thinking, and that's not a good idea.
Oh, it's C4 chewing gum. Stuff packs quite a wallop, but it is grape. I love grape flavor. On second thought, I better find another use for this. I wonder if there's a way to get these valerian flowers. Garden shears are perfect for trimming grass, bushes, or stubborn branches. And not even Sam Spade had a spade like this. Perfect for gardening. Looks like Margaret tried to bury her mistakes. What's she trying to do out here?
What crime against humanity have you created?
Well, that might come in handy. Something big just moved, and there's smoke coming out from behind the panel. Maybe that was a little overkill, but was effective. I'm sure Thor's big hammer here could straighten a few things out. It's a safe key. Well, another matchbook to add to my collection. Very handy when you're venturing into public bathrooms.
I guess luck counts for something.
The cog's fixed and ready to be put back. The picture looks similar to the one downstairs. except the one downstairs had 3 numbers on it. Security card. Yeah, Margaret made sure this place was soundproof. That's the interocitor IQ measurement system. I should try this baby out and see what a genius I am.
Don't text. You may not like what you find. Dr. Zaius was right. A man like you is inferior to the simian in every way.
I've assembled the spirit radio. Tonight will be my first attempt to contact my husband. The radio is working. I hear voices that are incoherent, eerie, and tantalizing. There must be some way to amplify the power. My last attempt was a near disaster, similar to what happened to Tesla back in 1899. The frequency caused a vibration that increased until I thought the house would split in two. I had to smash the radio. Now I have to start all over. I don't want to get my hopes too high, but I believe I've made contact. I brought the radio into the lab, and I swear that being close to Charles's cryo chamber has intensified the signal. I'm sure it's his voice, but I can't understand what he's saying. I've recorded hours of the voice and had experts analyze the audio from every angle. We've deciphered 3 words: void, return, immortal. I've reached an impasse. I wonder if the Tesla egg, could it amplify the radio's power? It's been weeks since I've heard Charles's voice on the spirit radio. I wonder if the Gideon parasites have moved ahead without me and brought him back to life. It's been years since I made an entry in this video journal. Charles is dead and lost to me forever, and I will die soon. The translator lives, and one way or another, whoever sees this, Mantis, Mason, it's up to you to stop the translator.
Stopping the translator isn't going to be easy, and the Tesla egg and spirit radio seem to be the keys. Somehow the information Margaret Leonard took to the grave needs to be uncovered. Is that even possible? I have an eerie feeling it is. It's a chemical mixer for creating medicine. I'll need to place a vial filled with alcohol and
Dear God. I gotta admit, sometimes when you play...
Well, hell, that ought to do it. This medicine should control Mantis's pain. I waited near the front door, ready for him to show up, but not as ready as I should have been.
Sorry. I can't control it.
Tell you what, give me the Tesla egg, we'll call it even. You're the one that prays, aren't you?
Yes. I am Mantis.
Praying mantis? Oh, I am losing my touch. Any PI with assault would have figured that one out.
That was Margaret's code. So she did send you. It just seems strange she took such a risk coming to see you, so she could give you the injection.
How do you know about that?
Because I was there, and she wanted you to forget everything you had done.
Yeah, well, she pretty much accomplished that.
Yeah. And here you are. Seems kind of strange.
Strange? You know what I find strange? I saw a video of Margaret torturing you.
She wasn't torturing me. She had been helping me for a very long time.
But you're a Morlock. She made you this way.
You can't blame her. I chose this path. I volunteered to take one of the greatest technological leaps of all time. Cryotechnology. I was one of the founding members of the Tesla Legacy Society. Along with others, I allowed myself to die and be brought back. We dreamed of waking to a world reborn. We found ourselves worse off than before. And worst of all, we no longer were the people we had been. The cryosleep had unforeseen complications.
Well, at least cryogenics is now partially covered under major medical.
Only a few of us escaped the physical deformities from the freeze. Worse is what it did to our minds. Drove us to madness.
So how come the Tesla Society hasn't taken care of you guys? Certainly the burden shouldn't just fall on Margaret.
The Tesla Legacy Society and its creations are no more.
So what happened? I mean, I know a little of your history since Charles Johansson joined you.
Johansson. I believed in him once. He was our martyr. We carried his work to the foot of his holy cryo chamber. We knew that one day he would return to take us to this glorious future.
And he did return.
Yeah, he was now the translator. He was delusional only as the greatest zealots are. He believed he knew the will of Tesla. He was going to create a gateway, a celestial conduit between heaven and earth. He called it the immortal coil.
Gotcha.
He was determined to build it at any cost. And in the end, we banished him from the society. But he didn't stay banished. Months later, he returned with a small group of men, led by the one known as Slade. They attacked the facility, sparing no one. I saw Slade himself put a gun to my wife's head while she begged for her life. And he pulled the trigger. When it was over, they removed every trace of the Tesla Legacy Society. Its files, its equipment. There was only one thing left behind.
And that was?
A key bit of information. The spirit radio frequencies. They were stored in the clouds that Charles never knew about.
And these were important.
It may be the only way to stop Charles from activating the immortal coil.
And that would be bad?
It's very bad. As in splitting the planet in two bad. I'll tell you where to find the egg. But I need you to find those frequencies first.
Before I head off to the Tesla Legacy Society, I get a call from Thompson Ald inviting me over to his house. Sounds like he's ready to talk.
Any luck locating the spirit radio?
I've got some leads, but it all seems to tie to something called the immortal coil.
I found something that you might find interesting. They did some experiments with interfacing brain circuitry. You might have been one of the first test subjects.
I'm sorry.
Memories are simply electronic impulses, and we are the sum of our memories. Now, on a cellular level, you're a completely different person than you were 7 years ago. But your essence is exactly the same as it was that night with Chelsea outside of the Golden Pagoda.
How do you know about Chelsea?
Well, first, and you may already know this, Chelsea is Margaret Leonard's daughter. Now, Margaret had lost her husband, and she was overwhelmed. So she put Chelsea in the care of a mutant family, the Bandos, and then tried to forget that she'd ever had a child.
That's pretty cold.
Well, it was a decision that she's regretted for decades. And years later, when she found Chelsea living at the Ritz, she rented a room so she could be close, but never revealed her true identity.
Yeah, and that's why we got abducted.
Now, Margaret was being funded by Gideon Enterprises, and an opportunistic manager named Dalton Fisk found out that Margaret's husband had stolen some very important documents.
The Tesla cache.
Dalton tried to force Margaret into reanimating Charles, but she refused and then disappeared. But then Dalton discovered that she had a daughter, and he came after her. Now, this much I can tell you. She's alive and well and living a new life. But I hope you'll understand that even if I could tell you more, I wouldn't.
Margaret was so frightened for Chelsea, she gave her away. I mean, if I have to, I will too, because I never want to put Chelsea's life in danger.
I'm glad that you see it that way. It's really for the best. And now you have your own new life to lead. Which reminds me, I meant to get you the canister.
Yeah, except I can't remember my new life.
Well, maybe that's not such a bad thing. But if you decide to use the spirit radio to try to get answers, you'll need help. Wait here.
This is where I come in. How about we go get that cryo chamber with old Maggie's head in it?
We can't let him have it.
Oh, hold on, partner there. No need to get violent or anything. Let's just see if we can work this out, okay?
Oh, up there, is it?
You're hurt pretty bad. We've got to get you to the hospital.
No, you have to stop him. If they get inside her head, it will undo everything that Mason was fighting for.
Look, I know what they're after, and I think I can beat them to it. It's the Tesla egg, so let's just get you out of here.
Go! Go!
You're coming with me. Come on. I couldn't shake the look of fear I saw in All's eyes as he was lying in a pool of his own blood. Slade had blown a hole through the little man without even a second thought. Could I really have been partners with someone like that? Maybe I did change over the last 7 years, but if I did, it has to be possible to change back. I need a weapon I can use against these psychopaths. I knew my only hope was somewhere at the Tesla Institute. Slade's trumped me at every corner, but the ace may be at Tesla.